This is my pile of books that I have read recently. Also, I borrowed all these books, so I didn't even have to pay for any of them. I'm going to talk about these just so I can look back when I'm older and prove to my older self that I did read. Probably didn't read from age like 10 to age 19. Reading these 4 books did take me 7 months to read 4 books, and I'm honestly proud of myself. So let's talk about them a little bit. First, I read this one pretty fast. Also, usually I read books with audiobooks, and I didn't even use an audiobook for this. There is a Apple TV show of this. It's not like the book. The book is better. I know people always say that, but for sure for this one, that's true. The cover also does not do any justice for the book. The book is way better than the cover. This makes it look like it's a cheesy romance. It's a historical fiction book where the main character wants to be a chemist, and obviously everyone's like, no, you can't be a chemist, you're a woman. Like, women can't be chemists. You have to go be a mother and a wife. It just talks a lot about like motherhood and single motherhood and the struggles of life, I guess. I give this a 5 out of 5 stars. I like books a lot like this. Like, this is definitely right up my alley. Next book. This book is about a girl who wants to be a nurse at the Vietnam War, and everyone's like, no, don't do that. That's weird. Like, women don't do stuff at war. Like, that's for men. A common theme between these books. So the first half of this book is just literally about war, which is something that does not really process in my brain. It just goes right in one ear and out the other, which I wish it didn't, but it really just does. Unfortunately, the first half was a little bit slow, but I did listen to it on audiobook. Second half made up for the first half. Second half was amazing. Everything I wanted and more. Like, oh my god, that's when she came back from war, and it just talked about the struggles of like, what happens after war. Obviously, like the trauma, how she's treated, the lies, the rumors, the physical pain, the mental pain, like literally everything. Covers so many topics. The way it's written is beautiful too. I really want to read more Kristen Hanna. I rated this a 4.5 out of 5 stars because just because the beginning was slow. I have seen a lot of people say that too, so I'm not alone in that thought. And then The Silent Patient, I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars. It was pretty good. The concept, I do like a mystery. It's about this girl who kills her husband, and she doesn't talk ever since she killed her husband. So she's at a psych ward, and the therapist is kind of trying to figure out on the side, kind of illegally trying to figure out what happened. And so he's like interviewing all her family and like everyone, trying to figure out like why this happened and why she isn't talking and why she killed her husband and stuff. So it is definitely good. There's just weird parts and like some slow parts. Overall, definitely a good read. It's not as scary as it looks either. So that's something to consider, I guess. I'm also very interested in therapy and that kind of stuff. So that aspect definitely was really cool and interesting. The last book I read, Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I think it's the 3rd book she wrote, because Beach Read I read, which Beach Read I kind of like better than this. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars, I think, too. So all these books were really good, which is kind of annoying because I borrowed all them, and all the books I buy, I usually don't like as much. So maybe I should need to keep borrowing books and stop buying them. But it's so fun to buy books. Anyway, this is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Obviously cheesy romance, but there were some parts, because okay, obviously like the relationship trope is kind of how you would expect it to go. And yeah, they're both in the book industry. At first they don't get along, and then they see each other in another town. And there's a lot of sister bonding, and honestly, I didn't think I would really care that much about that trope. The sister dynamic parts in the book definitely were interesting. A lot of like advice and just cute little parts between them two. I like that aspect a lot. Because I thought it was gonna be like very surface level. There's grief in this book too, which added a little bit more volume and depth to it, which I liked. Very, very thankful I was able to borrow these books. If you want to see more of my thoughts on these books, check out my Instagram. Not to like plug or anything, but I did post reviews about all these books on my Instagram. You might have to scroll a lot because I think I posted this in like December, and these definitely got me into reading more, and I'm very glad because it's really fun. Helping me with my phone addiction too. You see these two? Before I go, these two suitcase things. So I collected Shopkins in middle school, and these literally look exactly like one of the Shopkins. I got a picture of the Shopkins because, dude, every time I see this book cover, I'm like, why are there Shopkins in the book cover? I just finished editing this video that you're watching right now, but before you go, I want you to know I did read 8 other books, and I know for a fact I will not be recording any thoughts on this book. I posted a little Instagram video of me quickly reviewing those. Go watch that. I'm gonna tell you what the books were though, just so I can document the fact that I did read a lot of books. And now I'm in a slump, so it's kind of sad. So I read The Inheritance Game, and then I read Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Then I read Remarkably Bright Creatures, A Heart That Works by Rob Delaney, Good Girl's Guide to Murder, Counting the Cost by Jill Duggar, and Sunrise on the Reaping